Hi everyone, welcome back to another session on SQL Server. So today is day 7th of our training. So let's first look at what we are going to cover today. Okay. Now, okay, so today our objective would be transforming messy real world data into clean usable formats. Okay, using SQL Server's extensive library or string functions. So we will so to combine text, we can use concat and concat underscore ws, which when the concat has separators, you can use concat underscore ws. Okay, and then if you want to clean white space, you can use trim to remove white space on the left hand side, or right hand side you can use ltrim and rtrim. Now apart from that, for formatting, if you want to format upper and lower case, you can use the function upper and lower, whereas you also have format which you can use or which is highly useful for turning dates into specific readable string formats. Okay, apart from that, you have str, which converts numeric data to character data. And then if you want to modify strings, you can use replace, which swaps out a whole word or sequence of characters to another. Then you have translate, which swaps out individual characters. Apart from that, you have stuff that deletes a specific length of characters and inserts new ones at the exact starting point. Then reverse, which basically flips the string backwards. Apart from that, you have space and replicate, which generates repeating spaces or repeating characters, and is very useful for creating visual charts in text or masking words. Then you have quote name. It wraps a string in valid SQL brackets, heavily used, for dynamic SQL to prevent errors and with table names and containing spaces. Then if you want to measure the length of how many characters or length of a string, you can use length. And then you also have something called as data length, which counts the actual bytes. Okay. Then if you want to do an exact substring, so you can use left and right. And you also have substring, which grabs characters from middle of a string based on what starting and ending position you provide. And then you have character index, which finds the exact starting numerical position of a specific character or word. And then pattern indexing is basically similar to character index, which allows you to use wildcards to find patterns. Okay. Apart from that, for ASCII and Unicode, you have ASCII and char, which converts a standard English character to its number code and vice versa. And then Unicode and Unicard, just like in any other language. So it's the similar concept, but for international characters. Okay. Now, you also have something called as phonetic matching, which converts a word into like four character code based on how it sounds when spoken in English. And then we also have difference, which compares the SOUNDEX values and returns a score from 0 to 1. This is very useful when it comes to catch spelling mistakes in names. Okay. Now let's dive into our code. Okay, so today I will not be writing the codes. I have already populated the table. So again, I'm creating a database D7 demo, and this is the table that I've created. It has the columns ID, first name, last name, dirty phone number, and notes. Okay, and then I have inserted these values, insert into messy contacts, first name, last name, for dirty phone notes. So basically, this is how I have inserted. You can see the phone numbers are not uniform, and I'll just show you how it goes. So if I just do a select star from the table, okay, and this is how the table goes. So basically, you have the IDs, then the names, which is not uniform. Then there are some missing values. Then the phone numbers are also not uniform. And then there are notes, which again, are not very uniform. Okay. Now let's look at our very first scenario. Okay, in our very first scenario, like I want to concatenate, okay, and or I want to show concatenation. I want to show how concat and concat underscore ws works. Okay, now if I go ahead and execute for the first line, if I'm concatenating first and last name, as I mean, I'll just name it as plus operator, and then this will fail because null for Alice has null values, whereas if I do concat the function, okay, then it succeeds and treats null as an empty. Okay, and then if I'm using concat underscore ws with a comma, last name and first name, so it will appear with a separator. So if you always want a separator, you can use ws. Otherwise, you can just go ahead with concat, and then whatever separator you want, you can place it here as well. So now if I go ahead and execute, okay, so now you can see I have so last name with a separator and first name. Okay, now next example is basically if I want to clean up white spaces and formatting case. Okay, I can use rtrim, ltrim, and upper and then upper and lower case just to unify the names. Okay, so if I want to do that, let me just show it to you. So first I'm using first name as original, okay, where I'm basically using this bracket. So this will basically help us show the original value. Then I'm using trim. Trim will basically trim whatever name we have. It will trim it, then left trim, right trim, and then it will just show us in uppercase. Okay. So now if you go ahead and execute. Okay, so you see in the first case, since we have used brackets, so it is just showing us the name. Okay, and then in the second case, since we have used bracket, just to see like whether it has trimmed or not. Okay, so it has, you can see like it has trimmed. And in the third case, we are using L trim. So on the left hand side, whatever values are there, it has trimmed, and on the right hand side, it's not trimming. But if I'm using R trim, then it is showing me on the right hand side it has trimmed, but on the left hand side it has not trimmed. Now finally, if I'm using trim, okay, it will trim on both the sides, and then on top of it I'm using upper, so as uppercase. And then if I want to display everything as lowercase, I can use lower last name, which will give me the lowercase. Okay, now in the next example, here basically I want to format the numbers. Okay, in the first case, or in the first use case, the output I want to format, and I want to display the output in a specific currency, that is in dollars. And then I also want to put a comma separator, a comma like every thousand, with on every thousand. So if I want to do that, I can use C and then ENUS. So it means it will convert this into dollars. And in the second example, which is again the length of this is like 6 characters, and after 6 I want to put it like a decimal, one decimal place, and to display the output as 123.1. So it will round off to one decimal place. Okay, now if I just go ahead and execute. Okay, so now in the first case, you can see it has rounded off dollar, and the second case, since I'm using 6 and then one decimal place, so I'm just getting 1. Okay, dot 1. Next, phone numbers. Okay, so now modifying phone numbers is at times very difficult. So here we will be using replace, translate, and stuff to modify. So first, this is the original phone number. So I want to replace the value dash as null. Okay. And then I will translate swaps, which basically I'll use translate, which swaps multiple different characters at once. So here we will just swap comma, okay, with comma and space for dash. Okay. Now to do that, so basically phone number, then what I want to swap. So these are the characters. Sorry, these are the characters I want to swap with something like this. Okay. And then next stuff, which inserts cross starting at a position and replacing 3. So basically, if I'm using a phone number and then I'm using 1 comma 3, then it will start the position and then it will appear cross 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 for the remaining numbers. Okay. So if I want to execute this, okay, so in the first case, you can see like all the um, has been replaced with uh, empty space. 1 second. Okay. Okay, this is the original phone number. Now, in the first column, so it has been replaced. The dash has been replaced. In the second column, it's translate. So basically, it has swapped multiple different characters at once. Okay, and it has replaced dash for everything. So all the bracket, dot, everything it has replaced with dash. And then finally, like since we have used 1 comma 3, so it starts from 1 and then till the third place it will appear as whatever characters you are showing, it will appear as that. Okay, next is reverse. Okay, so we can use reverse for backwards, and replicate is if I want to replicate something, I can use replicate. And then write, so basically it will I'll show you the output. Okay, write will basically it will replicate the characters that I'm showing from a position, okay, on a particular field till whatever number you are providing. Okay, so it will replicate 10 times from starting from, or like on the right hand side it will leave 4 characters and then it will appear every 10 characters it will appear as star. Okay, and then quote name is basically like if I want to put like a column or something, so it will become like, it will just appear like a quote. Okay, so if I just go ahead and execute this. Okay, so yeah, so as you can see, so 10 characters and then 4, then so spaced words if I want to use, so I've used spaced words. And then here, since I've used quote name, so it's just showing me invalid table name with spaces, so in brackets. Okay, like if you want to display any static text or something, you can use this function quote name. Now next is if you want to extract, measure, and search, so you can use these functions. So basically, here in the first case, if I want to ignore any spaces, okay, I can use len. And if I want to include spaces, I can provide a static data length. Okay, now if I go ahead and execute. Okay, here you can see the space has increased because I provided a particular data length. Okay. Next. Now, if you want to extract text like left, right, or substring, you can also do that using left, right, and substring functions. So basically, if I go ahead and execute. Okay, so I'm extracting the left 3 characters, and then next one is right 4 characters, and then from a particular character 2 to 3. Okay, so 1 2, then 1 2 3. Okay, Now, next is like if I want to search inside strings, okay, I can use char index and pattern indexing. Okay, so if I execute this, okay, now this is the text that we have. Now if I want just character indexing, so I have 6 characters, so it's showing me 6. And then if I want pattern indexing, basically I want to find this particular pattern within my character, so basically I'm getting 9. Okay, and then apart from that, like email, if I want to find email where exactly it's present, so it's showing me. And then again, for the last column, it's not giving me anything because this term email is not available. Now, apart from that, if I want to use ASCII and Unicodes, so I can use these ASCII A, and there are also other ASCII codes available as well, so you can explore that as well. Okay, so this one A is 65. Character 65 is basically A. Okay, Unicode, this is 937, and this NCHAR 937 is this. Okay, so if you want to extract specific characters, you can do that. Okay, apart from that, we also have something called as phonetic matching. Okay, so like we have the word, I mean, it could be like Smith and Smith, ITH, YTH. Okay, so they are all spelled differently but sound identical. Okay, now if I want to identify that, okay, I can do that using SOUNDEX and difference. Okay, so now if I go ahead and execute, okay, so now you see in the SOUNDEX it's giving me S530. Okay, and then in difference I can find a difference in score of 4, so which means it is kind of, for Smith it is giving me 4 the difference, and Smith also is giving me 4. Okay, so it means like if the score is exactly matched, so we can say like yes, the both the words sound more or less similar. Okay. Okay, so I've saved this file. You can take a look at it, and please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. With this, we'll end today's session, and then we will continue in our next session. Please keep watching the video. Thank you.